Marty, I'm going to come to you. Turkish, just quickly though. If Havertz starts match week 1 up front, actually, if we sign Gyokeres, do you see Gyokeres starting against Man United away?
Probably not, if I'm honest with you.
What? Okay, why? Because there must be. So for you, you've watched Arsenal. You know how Arteta feels about Havertz. If you just had that big that summer signing, even though granted it probably might fall under the price that we paid for Havertz, why would he not? He's a number. We're all waiting for that number 9. I'm waiting for that signing. How can he not start against Man United away?
Probably looks at it as, or might look at it as, Havertz has to lose his spot. He broke all the metrics, remember? So let's not forget that chestnut. So
Fucking hell.
It's probably going to be that. It shouldn't be, but I can see it. No?
Okay, I'll put it across to you, Mike. I've got some more questions to fill out, but for you then, Mike, do you see that game week 1, match day 1 against Man United away? Gyokeres signs, by the way. Say that he's done his medical tomorrow, which has been rumoured, and he joins us on tour in the first week. Is he starting against Man United?
100%.
Okay.
I don't know. You go and spend that sort of money on a number 9, this guy that we've been waiting for. Again, I think if you don't start him away at Man United on the first game, so let's say he comes into pre-season, he plays his games, he beds in, he scores maybe a couple of goals in pre-season, does well, part of the team, and then he doesn't start him, you're going to be like, why aren't you starting him?
But say if Havertz, say Gyokeres does start a few games,
yeah,
and then Havertz also starts a few games, they both score equal amounts. You still believe Gyokeres should be the one starting against Man United?
I think they might be played together. I think there's
been some rumours of this.
So I think Odegaard might potentially not start the first few games due to an injury or an operation potentially that I've heard rumours of. So I would imagine that Havertz, unless Eze is brought in, it depends who gets. If Eze gets brought in, then it poses a question. But one thing. Obviously, Havertz not being an 8, potentially he could be played in that 10 role played with Gyokeres as that sort of, it just offers you a different outlet, a different system. And at times last season, we haven't had different availability with, changing the way we play.
Some of the formations and people that have been trying to work out, they'll play both of them, Havertz and Gyokeres up front, which... I've seen a lot of breakdowns of how they're going to put 2 in there, and then they'll throw the left wing back, so Mars Lewis-Skelly up there, and try and just suffocate in that way. Laurie, for you, does Gyokeres start that first game against Man United? The reason why I ask as well is because will Arteta just resort to what he knows? He's worked with the Arsenal team of last season. Havertz knows the structure. I know he was injured for a bit towards the back end, but he knows how he could just revert back to type and just go with what he knows, especially for a big game against Man United. Or does he go with something different, which he would probably have to work on in pre-season with going with Gyokeres? Who do you see starting in that first game?
Well, personally, I hope it's Gyokeres, but I could envisage a world whereby, because we know he loves Havertz, the manager, so I could envisage a world where the manager tries to shoehorn Havertz into the team. But me personally, Gyokeres has to start. I'm with Martin. How can you pay that amount of money? There's been all this press and publicity around Gyokeres, only for him not to start.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I want to see Gyokeres start in that game. I mean, hopefully by that time, like I said, through pre-season, they'll be able to work out what is the best playing style for. I mean, personally, I don't want to see Havertz starting that first game. I'll keep it real with you all. I want Gyokeres in there. I want the rest to be the usual 11 that we've seen.
Do you not think that if he does that, and he does, let's say we sign Gyokeres in the next few days, and then by that time that first game comes, he beds in. I can't see how you don't think there wouldn't be an absolute meltdown. Like, why there'd be like fans would be like, "Why are you starting Havertz when you've got Gyokeres?" And to be honest, what's the point? If you're going to start Havertz, what's the point in buying him?
Well, buying Gyokeres, what's the point in doing it?
What's the point in buying him?
I mean,
if you're going to play Havertz there, then have Gyokeres on the bench. I don't think we're buying Gyokeres to put him on the bench.
No, I don't think that's the main reason. Of course not. I just think we know how much Havertz is such a. For Arteta, seems like he's his guy, right? And we all see it. And like I mentioned, when you're paying that much money, 275,000 a week for Havertz, to have that on the bench, that throws up a lot of business-wise. They're going to be saying, Arteta, what are you doing? Like, this is your guy. You spent this much. You got to be playing him. You got to be starting him.
I would imagine a conversation would have taken place between Arteta and the representatives of Gyokeres, and maybe Gyokeres himself say, look, what's your expectations of me? Because with respect, Mikel, I'm not leaving sport here. I've been playing week in, week out, banging in goals, to come and sit on the bench. We're in World Cup year as well. You know what I mean? I've got my World Cup place to think about. So it's highly unlikely that he would come here thinking that he's going to be playing second fiddle to Havertz. And I just don't even want to think about that scenario, because we needed a number 9. It'd be ridiculous to bring him into the club and then not start him. I can't see that happening at all.
Well, you can't see it, but I honestly, I can see it. That's the thing that's annoying me, but I just hope it does.
What I can see is and again, I'm not saying this will probably be wrong as well. He will try and shoehorn Havertz in the team, because remember, Havertz is not an out-and-out striker, is he? He's more of a forward-playing midfielder. So I can see
he's neither
the manager trying to shoehorn him in the team, but you can't do that at the expense of Gyokeres. That was supposed to be our holy grail, the striker. You've got him now. So you dare mess this one up?